Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Amateur American Classical Association.
What?
Okay, I have to tell the story. We had a listening room up on 41, and we lost it, and we were looking for a place to play. And a year ago, we found the All Faiths, and we applied to Regina, and she went to the board of directors. And she said the ACMA, it's the American Amateur Classical Association. And then we had 8-ball. So we got off to a great start here at the church. And we've loved it ever since. So anyway, welcome to the Americana Community Music Association listening room here at the All Faiths congregation. And it's nice to see some people who we haven't seen for a while. I think we have a few new faces. Is there anyone here for the very first time? Or? Second time, that's good. And you've been here before, sir. I think I recognize you. Well, anyway, let me just give you a little brief information about who we are. We are a not-for-profit, volunteer-based organization, and we are committed to supporting original and independent music and musicians. And we want to expand community appreciation of Americana, folk, and roots music. So please help us. Tell your friends that we exist. Let them know that we're here. We do have a Facebook page. You can go there and like us. And it really does make a difference to the musicians who come here to know that there are people who like our listening room, so we can get some really good talent in here for the community. And we also have a website. It's up behind me here, www.americanaacma.org, and you can find out all kinds of information about us and about some of the upcoming acts who we hope we will be hosting here. One of the main purposes of our listening room is to provide Southwest Floridians with access to high-quality original performers of the Americana music. We host anywhere from 2 to 4 concerts per month, both touring and what we call homegrown, which is local talent, members who they may actually play professionally places, but they're members of the ACMA. We host both of them here. And we would like to thank the board of the All Faiths congregation for having faith in us and keeping us even though we're not classical. We are still looking for a place as much as we like it here. We feel very much at home here. It is nice to have our own space. We can do so much more with it, have everything set up, and maybe even host more concerts. So if you know of anything in your travels around town, the Fort Myers area, that might fit our needs, please let any one of our board members know. Bob is here, Alice is here, Trish is here, I'm a board member. If you can contact any one of us through the website, just keep us in mind. And if you do happen to know someone who has a space that they'd love to donate, we are a 501c3. We could give them a tax donation. We'd name the listening room after them. So just keep us in mind. In order to help raise some money for our building fund, we do have a raffle going on. When you came in, you hopefully saw that beautiful hand-painted guitar in the lobby. We're going to be raffling that off next week at the Patchouli concert, and it's fitting because Bruce Hexel is the one who painted that guitar, and he is an artist. He is not only a musician, but he paints for a living. So you do have a chance drawing if you'd like to get that in during intermission today, and we will be selling them next week up until intermission. So be sure you get a ticket for that because it really is a work of art. And we also have on the back table some ACMA CDs. We had a compilation CD. Bob Williams, one of our board members, put that together, and it turned out fabulous. 17 of the ACMA singer-songwriters are on there. And this is volume 1. Once we sell out, we'll do volume 2. So go back there and buy some, because I know there are people who want to play in volume 2. So, there are also beverages and snacks in the back there, and all of this is a donation to the ACMA. So please just support us. You can also support us by becoming a member. 1-year membership is only $30 for an individual and $50 for a family. And if you're not sure about joining, we do have an email list in the back. We'll let you know any special events and upcoming concerts that are happening here. Otherwise, we won't bother you. We'll leave you be. But if you'd like to know something about upcoming concerts, let me just tell you about Patchouli. I mentioned that next week they're going to be playing here. They're a duo, and they're perennial ACMA favorites. They're part of our founding members group, and they're multi-instrumentalists, Bruce Hexel and Julie Patchouli. They embody all that is good about modern-day folk music. Their smooth sound is a blend of folk jazz with a little Latin and African influence. Their music takes us back to the early 70s country parties and sunny, blissful days, except these guys are tight and focused. So that's next Saturday, the 11th, right here, same place, same time. Now let me tell you a little bit about 8-Ball Aiken. There's no one remotely like him. From the flowing red hair to his deep North Queensland roots, he's a one-off. And there's nothing like his music either, with its swampy, mesmerizing beat, left-of-center take on life, and sheer, unadulterated energy. Since the release of his first album, Behind the 8-Ball, in 2003, 8-Ball has toured to date across every state and territory of Australia. He has also built a strong profile, having played festival and club shows throughout Europe, USA, Canada, and Japan. Highlights include gigs at the Americana Festival in Nashville, the Folk Alliance in Memphis, Canadian Music Week in Toronto, and many others. He's toured in Japan 4 times, where he headlined the popular Roko Sun Music Festival, and he's also performed extensively in Germany, Poland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, and the UK. And in January, he was a nominee and performed at the Golden Guitar Awards in Australia. In February, he released his 8th and latest album, The New Normal, and I'm sure we'll be hearing some beautiful songs from that album. He is going to play 2 sets for us. You can meet him during intermission. He has all his CDs and merchandise up here. Feel free to come up, meet him, and talk to him. And to open up the evening, we have one of our ACMA members. We have David Hintz. He is a singer-songwriter from North Fort Myers now, although he's lived all over. I'm not even going to go how. But he's been writing songs and playing small gigs for many years. He's a solo performer and currently has 2 CDs, one called Rode Hard and Put Away Wet, released in 2013, and Out with a Bang, that just came out in 2015. And he actually had his CD release party at his homegrown concert here at the Listening Room, and he had us laughing and crying with his music, which comes from a very honest heart. So it's time to turn off your cell phones, turn on your ears, and I'm going to turn it over to David, who will be followed by 8-Ball. Thank you for coming.
Broken nail.
Oh no.
It's okay, it doesn't affect the way I play. I asked 8-Ball what his name was, and he said 8. The last time I asked somebody here something, they got angry at me, so that was an improvement. Can you hear me out there? Absolutely. All right. I'm going to do a song that was written by another ACMA member. It's on my current CD, and it's called Living in Paradise. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I live in Paradise and with my wife, Laura, over there. And because Bob's recording this, I'm going to be nice to you all. I'm not the only body who never made much money, but I've been working hard most of my life. Just want to retire and do the thing I desire, and I do believe that I've earned the right. Living in paradise, I ain't got much, sure is nice. 10 by 50 mobile home that sits on land I don't know. That don't bother me, 'cause friend, from what I see, I'm living in paradise. Let me tell y'all, sure is nice. But I know I'm getting older, the bathroom mirror tells me so, and I just want to live what I've got left. Working's taking precious time, and I want all the time that's mine. Work took so much, and now I want to rest. mobile home that sits on land I don't own. And that don't bother me, 'cause friend, from what I see, I'm living in paradise. And let me tell y'all, sure is nice. Well, I'm not the only body who never made much money. What I've got is everything I need. Before I die, I will retire. There's nothing more I require, and I do believe it's one dream I will see. Well, I'm living in paradise, and I ain't got much. It sure is nice. 10 by 50 mobile home that sits on land I don't own. And that don't bother me, 'cause friend, from what I see, I'm living in paradise. Let me tell y'all, sure is nice. Let me tell y'all, sure is nice. When I heard Bruce do that, Bruce came and did that. I don't know where I heard that. Maybe at a singer-song. We have a singer-songwriter circle that meets on Sundays. There you are. I bought these strings. They were on sale at Guitar Center. They're Martin strings, but they had a whole box of them on. And they're all tarnished. So I'm going to go back there and say, you sold me tarnished strings. He has 6 pedals. I had a bicycle with 6 pedals. I'm going to do a song I wrote for my wife. I wrote this on Valentine's Day last year. It's about as nice as I get. Stop it. About the time I was thinking it's all over. Lived my life and now I'd be alone. I'd had my run and tried to live completely. Unsuccessful at the art of being home. Never was much good at being married. But I had 6 kids that I loved more than life. And I'd turn and run when lovers, they get scared. Just never been a decent husband for a wife. She came round and shattered my illusions. Loving me not what I try to be. Took away my doubt and my confusion. You put the heart back in an empty me. Well, you hold me tight and tell me that you love me. And that sparkle in your eyes shows me it's true. Kindred souls that somehow found each other. And now the future's looking bright for me and you. You came round and shattered my illusions. Loving me not what I try to be. Took away my doubt and my confusion. You put the heart back in an empty me. You put the heart back in an empty me. An empty me. I was younger, until 2 years ago, but for 28 years I sold real estate. And I drank too much for some of that time. And I was nasty. And I'm not like that anymore. So this is a song I wrote about that. It's called Corporate Greed. Well, you won't make it without me. I can still hear you say I'm happy and I'm silly and I like me that way. I should be lost without you. Doing a jig, thought my world would implode. Starting to live, hell, I'm much better off. I thought I could be just living a good life, my baby and me. Well, for years I was sucked in by corporate greed, wheeling and dealing and feeling the need to control all the outcomes and run the whole show. Now I'm learning to live, letting it go. I don't need all that crazy shit in my skull. It was making me angry, bored and dull. Well, I took all my dress shirts and jackets and ties. I gave them a Goodwill for some other guys, and I'd still want to wallow in the corporate swamp while I sit in my boxers and holler and stomp. You might think that I'm crazy to give it all up. The big house in the suburbs and the pedigree pups and the fine trophy girlfriends, steak a la carte and top shelf martinis and big fancy cars. Living the fine life, me and my gal, and I ain't going back to that corporate hell. 'Cause I took all my dress shirts and jackets and ties. I gave them a Goodwill for some other guys, and I'd still want to wallow in the corporate swamp while I sit in my boxers and holler and stomp. You might think that I'm crazy to give it all up. The big house in the suburbs, the pedigree pups, and the fine trophy girlfriends, steak a la carte, top shelf martinis, big fancy cars. I'm living a fine life, me and my gal, and I ain't going back to that corporate hell. No, I ain't going back to that corporate hell. Well, you can't take me back to that corporate hell. I know this church is like really rainbow friendly, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, okay, all right. I have a vast family. I have 6 children, and whatever. Anyway, and a few nieces and nephews, and some of them, one's gender non-specific, and one's a lesbian, and one of my sons is gay, and I don't, I'm 62, and I try to understand, and I do. It's a lot different than when I grew up. And, a lot different than when I grew up, and but I try to understand. But one of the things that irritates me the most out of some things is hate, and I just don't get hate. So I wrote this song as a protest song against the Westboro Baptist Church, if you know who they are.
Yes.
Okay. So they're in Topeka, Kansas, and I have been tossed out of bars playing this song. I've been unplugged. I've been told never to come back, and I've been threatened with death. So just,
That's my cut.
I don't really think this song is that heavy. But the one place I didn't have the nerve to play it was Topeka, Kansas, because the open mic we played at that night was really scary. But Laura and I made a special trip to Topeka last summer just to go visit the Westboro Baptist Church. So this is the song I wrote for them. Well, I was driving through Topeka on a sunny afternoon. Haze was on my satellite and I was singing with the tune. I come rolling into town to get a bite to eat, when a bolt of lightning from the sign up above about knocked me from my seat. It said, God hates fags, God hates fags, America is screwed. God hates fags, and Jesus hates them shaking and a swearing. I yanked it to the curb. I got out my laptop, the World Wide Web search. Binged it and I Googled it, and this is what I found. Old Fred Phelps and a sicko flock spreading hate around, proclaiming God hates fags, and America is screwed. God hates fags, and Jesus hates them too. Everything I got on this song is off their website, by the way. Well, they teach their little children, spread the words of hate and gloom, that God hates Jews, kills our troops, and America is doomed. You've heard about this church before, you've seen them on the news. They picket soldiers' funerals, they're vulgar and they're rude, and they say God hates fags, America is screwed. God hates fags, and Jesus hates them too. I hope I don't burst into flames on this next one. Well, I am not a Christian, Muslim, or a Jew, but I believe that God's a feeling deep inside of you. If you're spreading hate and fear and claiming you love God, I hope someday you realize how sick and sad you are. Love and peace, peace and love, there ain't no room for hate. God don't know the difference, there ain't no gay or straight. I said love and peace and love, there ain't no room for hate. God don't know the difference, there ain't no gay or straight. So like I said, Lauren and I took this trip in our motorhome, and we had 3 dogs in it. And for about a week, I'm lying here, but I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna embellish. Because it's more fun to embellish, since I don't drink. So we saved up doggy poop in bags for a week. And we went to the Westboro Baptist Church. And they had barbed wire, really high chain link, and video cameras and signs that said God hates fags and America's doomed and you're going to hell and all that kind of stuff. So I wrote this next verse because I didn't have the nerve to do anything. I had all these plans, but I didn't want to go to jail in Topeka. So if you're driving through East Kansas with nothing much to do, just drop on by their little church and flash them all a moon. Maybe light a bag of shit and throw it on their porch. Or mister, if you've grown some balls, put it to the torch. Love and peace, peace and love, there ain't no room for hate. God don't know the difference, there ain't no gay or straight. I said love and peace, peace and love, there ain't no room for hate. God don't know the difference, there ain't no gay or straight. How much time do I have, Alex? One more? All right. I'm going to do the title song for my latest CD, and but save your money for 8 Balls because he's on the road and I live here. And by the way, I bought a couple of his CDs, or 1 or 2, I don't remember, but we listened to those on the road to Topeka, and they were very, very insightful. Good stuff. This is the title song for my latest CD. It's autobiographical, isn't everything? Well, I'm going out with a bang, and I ain't gonna whimper, fuss or complain. I'm gonna kick ass till I get my wings. I'm going out with a bang. Had lots of good years and plenty of fun, running the roads and soaking up sun. Chasing the ladies, it's been quite a run. I'm going out crazy phases of life. 6 ugly children, too many wives, few misdemeanors, some drama and strife, but I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang. Ain't gonna whimper, fuss or complain now. I'm gonna play hard till I get my wings, and I'm going out with a bang. If I got what was coming to me, I'd be dead or stuck in some prison going out of my head. But I ain't gonna sit here and just fade away. I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang. Ain't gonna whimper, fuss or complain now. I'm gonna ride hard till I get my wings, and I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang. Ain't gonna whimper, fuss or complain now. I'm gonna kick ass till I get my wings, and I'm going out with a, I'm going out with a, I'm going out with a bang. Thank you. Do you need to unplug me so I don't pop your speakers? He's gonna